So now that's done.
There wasn't enough alcohol in this city to drown the memories of this nightmare, but I damn well tried. This case would never be closed. I had more questions now than at the start. The irony of being trapped in a postmodern detective story. I felt watched. The eyes of some unseen audience on me. I wanted to turn to the hidden camera and tell them to fuck off. But I didn't know where to look to break the fourth wall. There would always be another case for Casey. A million stories in this dark city. The night opened up to welcome me. I walked into her arms. Roll credits.
Poor Casey. We could run to... Oh! Wow. I'd much rather had seen it that way. But we got to feel like we were actually there. Alright, let's boogie on over here. Did we ever figure out anything here? I don't know. Annoyingly, I feel like I've reached that point where I don't really care if I miss things now. Well, I do, but also I feel like with the way the map has and hasn't updated, I'm like I can't tell.
Parliament Tower. It was back.
Oh.
The phone was ringing again. Somehow I sensed it wasn't Zane this time.
I don't like how there's tape everywhere. That's disconcerting. Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
It wasn't Zane. It wasn't Scratch either. Huh? You're me? Me? I don't understand. There's a lot I don't understand.
A dark place operates in loops.
Or
Time's a
spirals.
story. I'm calling you from a different point in that story.
From the future? I'm never getting out of here, am I?
Yes, you will. And no, you won't. And that is by your own choice.
What does that mean?
I'm sorry for what you'll have to go through. Alice's photos you found from the shoebox in the talk show basement. Before you can go to Parliament Tower, you must put them in the shoebox at her statue at the plaza. To help you, to help Alice, to help Saga Anderson.
I'm my own Deus Ex Machina? Really? How many writers does it take to finish a story? One for each draft. It's the same writer, but in a different point in time. I'd follow the steps he laid out for me. Alice's photos from the talk show building basement. Adi had guided me there. I bring the photos to the shoebox by the statue.
Oh, this is now of Alice Wake. Oh, huh? Wait, what? I was half expecting us to just be kicked back. Oh. Gain entry to Parliament Tower, progress Saga's story. So we're literally done with wakes at the moment. I mean, I could have argued, you know, probably could have guessed that.
It's closed. No. The building was condemned. Closed up. Something was wrong. Something was missing. I had to get inside.
I could have guessed that given how we were kicked out, but still. Kind of just surprising. Okay. I guess we're... Well, I knew we were getting close to the game because we... To the game. It's the end of the game. Given how we've gotten, like, achievements for finding all the things for Saga. Okay, let's get back to it, because I don't think...
Might have been a mistake.
I mean, there's still this area down here. Oh, there's Cauldron Lake itself. Radio station, watery.
There's nothing there, just darkness.
So yeah, I guess we go with Saga until the game tells us to go back to Wake. Love the lighting right now.
I'm sorry about your brother, Ilmo.
Yaakov was all heart. He always went along with my ideas, no matter how stupid they were. Always happy to help. I got carried away. I never think things through. It's my fault.
I realize it's a bad time. But I need you to tell me everything about the cult of the tree.
The cult is my craziest idea that ever worked. Look, what kind of a cult calls themselves a cult? Exactly. We protect Watery and Bright Falls. We're the good guys. A secret neighborhood watch. Well, that was the idea anyways. Look, we've always known about the horror inside the lake. When any Taken come out, we kill them.
You don't turn people into Taken. You kill the ones who already have.
I mean, I deduced that quickly.
Ilmo said the cult kills Taken. Is he telling telling the truth?
Surplus deer masks buy in bulk. We've got a floater, a taken on the shore. Call the gang Yako. We are going hunting. Cult of the Tree. Keeping the town safe since 2013.
Ilmo is telling the truth about the cult. They really were fighting the Taken. We're on the same side. If the cult is killing Taken, then why did Nightingale turn into one?
Private party. Invitation only. Wrong time. Wrong place. Time to go, Yako. A job half done isn't done at all.
Nightingale became a Taken because the Bookers interrupted their ritual. How long has the cult been around for?
Certain folks around here have always known about Cauldron Lake. Before us, it was the Torchbearers. And when I inherited the mission, I wanted to call it a cult. It was genius. Just a name did half the work. Made people too scared to go into the woods at night. Business 101. Fear is a great motivator.
You were trying to kill Alan Wake. Why?
I mean, you were right to try.
Nothing good has ever come out of Cauldron Lake. The nightmare that hit Bright Falls in 2010 was all because of his writing. And ever since then, pages of his stories are floating up from the lake, and monsters keep popping out. It's all him, Wake. And if we don't stop him, no one will.
Wake's evil doppelganger Scratch is the threat we're facing. Not Wake. And I will stop him.
I've never heard of anyone called Scratch.
I'm gonna deal with the situation, Ilmo. But the town will need protection until we sort this out. I could use your help.
Right. I'll round up the gang. Whoever's left. We won't let these fucking monsters hurt any more of our people. We'll do my brother proud.
Thank you, Ilmo.
Did I not get this being solved? Yeah. Okay, solved. So why doesn't it say... whatever. Yeah. With or Scratch operation on their own.
Doesn't make sense.
Yes, well, for taking, please killing him will stop this.
That's it. The cult of the tree is just the Koskela brothers' slightly misguided solution to the Taken problem.
That is annoyingly sad. Yeah, I definitely missed stuff. Some of them like manuscripts. It's very interesting. Like, I would be interested to see like where all these things were. Maybe do another playthrough at some point with like a guide, just so I don't miss anything. And, you know, hopefully a patch.
Need the key.
So then, you know, things are a bit more... Why is things shaking so violently? Shouldn't we prep these for next time, potentially? What about it later? Is that page? Become crazy and obsessed myself. Anyways.
Scratch's wake's double. He tricked us. He almost got the clicker from me. The whole plan has gone out the window. How could we get this so wrong?
Textbook boondoggle.
You said it, Anderson. It's a shit show. So what's the plan?
So the call of the tree actually kills Taken. They were on our side, even if their methods are misguided and criminal.
It looked right from where we were standing. Nothing's what it seems in this case. Too many stories contradicting each other. Too many versions of the truth.
We have a lot of catching up to do after this thing is all over. Everything is different now. My family, me, the whole fucking world.
I'll buy the coffee, Anderson. Partners to the end. This case is one for the books.
I see what you did there. Scratch pretended to be Wake to trick us.
He almost won me over. I should have trusted my gut. Had a bad feeling about him when we found him at the lake. When that insane monster cloud came at me in the woods, I saw a face inside it. Wake's. I think he was always a monster. Always Scratch.
Ooh. This might be risky.
Scratch was pretending to be Wake. Manipulating me. What does he want from me? No. I'm in control here. It's my mind place. He's powerful. Too powerful. Just his presence here makes me feel sick. Like a wave of terror through my head. I feel his single-minded drive to get the clicker.
Yeah. Would be creepy if you turn around and he's just there, briefly. One of these days, I'm going to be able to use one of them. Maybe. Quick save.
The FBC usually handles stuff like this, right? Any thoughts?
Hold up. You brought a paranatural object in here without telling me and then almost handed it over to a hostile entity?
I didn't know if I could trust you. That was a mistake. So was believing Scratch. But it's not too late. I just need to understand more.
You got that right. Let's start acting like we're on the same side, yeah?
To be fair, you were a bit of a bitch. Too.
The horror story's changing reality. It made it so my daughter died here, even though she's supposed to be back home in Virginia. Do you know if that's...
AWEs are localized distortions of reality. The area outside town might not be affected. Sometimes they expand, sometimes they fizzle out. If we can make sure it's the latter, your kid might be fine.
Thank you.
The whole thing is a nightmare. I can't let my family be torn apart.
Having family isn't easy in this line of work. The late nights, travel, alternate realities threatening their existence. My ex-wife couldn't take it.
Karen, you're better off without her. I know I am.
So tell me what I'm missing. The FBC must know something.
Good news, we have Bureau intel on all of this. Bad news, it's highly classified. Good news, consider yourself deputized into the Federal Bureau of Control. Here's a key to the cell where we keep the files. Happy reading.
Okay. Thanks.
Cool.
Go team. You really don't remember Logan living in Virginia with me and David?
I remember you and David having problems. You needed a break. You and Logan moved to Watery and then Logan, well, that awful thing happened. After you came back to work, I thought you'd be the perfect partner for this case, if you were willing to return to the area.
Okay. That's enough. The story is changing your memories. What you're remembering is fiction. Logan is alive. I'm not divorced. We never moved here. I remember the truth.
No. Wake or Scratch, whoever that was, said the story could be used to attack us. We all need to question what's real. With that said, how do we know the story isn't giving you false hope?
I can't convince them. I just need to change the story.
I mean, he should also take his own advice. And at least false hope is some hope. Or something.
This is the kind of case my ex hated. The ones that might kill me.
That's funny. The cases that might kill me were my ex's favorite.
I hope those two make it out and are both real. I think it would be safer for everyone if we closed the door afterwards. Transcript of interview with subject Alan Wink, suspected para-utilitarian. Bright Falls, Washington. Interviewer Karen Estevez, lead agent. Mr. Wake, you have been taken into FBC custody and will receive an in-depth interrogation at a later date. But for now, we need to ask you if there's anything you could tell us regarding the incident at the hotel. Anything we may need to know. There's a force here you don't understand. A presence is after me and wants to consume me, consume everything. Yes, you mentioned this dark presence before. What does it want? Why does it want you? It feeds on artists, on the art they create. It wants me because of my writing. But it can be any art form. Any artistic expression, music, painting, film, photography. It can feed of any of it, all of it. You have to believe me. We are well aware of this entity, Mr. Wake. We've been tracking the situation here for a long time now. You yourself have been in our radar for over a decade. I'm sure those nuts in the research department are just going to love checking you out. Hey, make a note to redact that before submission. Let's get back to on track. I wonder if some of the redacted stuff are just notes like that. You know? Let's get back on track. You mentioned a light switch earlier. Where is it now? I don't know. But I need it. I can't end this without it. Will you help me get it? Mr. Wake, you're in custody pending charges for breaching numerous federal violation codes. We're not going to give you a suspected paranatural object. You are not explicit listening to me. You're listening just fine. Now, do you have any accomplices? Explicit view. Let me... Oh, right. You're not fucking listening to me. Fuck you. Let me the fuck out of here. It's coming from me. We're in danger. Interview is terminated due to suspect being uncooperative. Whoops.
Wake isn't the first person the dark presence disguised itself as.
Meet the Shadow. Summary. Though extensive interviews with witness of AWE 35, additional details regarding the Shadow A10 have been discovered. Redacted and redacted both present during the AWE reported seeing a woman named Barbara Jagger in Bright Falls at the time. Jagger is a former actress and Bright Falls resident who immigrated with the filmmaker Thomas Zane from Finland and was reported to have drowned in Cauldron Lake during a redacted AWE in 1970. Could it be the Anderson brothers? Maybe. Research staff have concluded that Jagger's appearance is likely the cause of the shadow manifested in human form. Research is ongoing as to the nature of the connection between the shadow and the psychology signatures available for it to mimic. Current hypotheses are: A. The shadow can only manifest as artists or individuals targeted involved in the creation of art who have operated with a connection physically within a certain physical range of Cauldron Lake. The shadow can manifest as any individual connected, definition needed, with Cauldron Lake. Research is actively ongoing. Could also be like a muse.
The lake is a gateway to the dark place.
Urgent situation. At approximately 7 o'clock on 13th of September 2023, readers from the remote surveillance unit monitoring Cauldron Lake, also a known threshold to what researchers theorize is the origin dimension of a 40, it's a different number, the shadow passed acceptable limits, attempted to contact FBC Research Facility WA03 Washington. The code name, the Lake House, was unsuccessful. On-site event verification is not possible. Oh, I suppose that was them trying to contact the one in the one that's here in Bright Falls, well, in Cauldron Lake, next to Cauldron Lake. Response procedures are initiated with immediate effect. Lead agent K. Estevez will mobilize investigation units Beta and the remote operative site at Redacted. All available shadow-specific equipment, Lot 4 to 11B, have been approved for the use of field objectives to confirm an active event. If an active AWE is occurring, to dispatch The dispatch team will identify its nature and severity, limit exposure, and attempt to contain or neutralize the source. If no event is active, check monitoring equipment, perform a limited profile sweep of the area, and check status of the lake house and the staff. Additional information. Recent operatives in the area include the Cult of the Tree, Redacted, and Alan Wake, currently missing. Redacted? Whoops.
What the hell is a para-utilitarian?
Someone who can use objects of power. Based on the reports, the item is a light switch from a light cord, with part of the severed cord still attached. Eyewitness accounts suggest that the item possesses the ability to alter reality. Changes are based on blank when used with a capable para-utilitarian. Passing this item's effect from that of Cauldron Lake threshold, responsible for recurring recurring AWEs in the area is difficult because the only reported uses of the items have occurred near this threshold. Without more data, we cannot confirm that this item intensifies the effect of the threshold or vice versa, or if there is no connection whatsoever. Record material from Dr. Hartman after becoming a Taken or Shadow, or whatever the hell he ended up being in Control, have revealed that Alan Wake Unlimited Barber Dragger, likely a physical manifestation of a blank, by inserting the light switch into its chest and flicking the switch. That was the end of Alan Wake 1. The item is confirmed to have been used in 2010 to turn fictional writing into reality. See file AWE 35. However, it is unclear what the restrictions and limitations of this effect are. The light switch is a possible OOP, but the team cannot conclusively classify the item based on second-hand accounts. Proper examination and testing are required in order to determine classification and perceived effect of the item. Oh. It's a good thing they have the relevant files like right here for us, you know? Would be a bit more awkward if we had to muddle our way through.
I need to know what information I can still trust.
What? I missed something there? I think that's the most annoying part, is that these just aren't being updated. Found the clicker.
The clicker amplifies any changes to reality suggested by a piece of art. Makes them permanent.
Just having a bit of a look around to see whether or not I can see anything about restoring the power. No, it doesn't matter. I've missed things. Damn, I can't see that room. Okay.
Wake told me the clicker would fix this. But Wake was actually Scratch. How can I trust anything he said?
The artist must conclude his work. He rides a storm on your piece. Wake up and smell the danger. We told you already, kiddo. What Tom said about the light switch is true. Don't let the story confuse you. You need him to write the ending you want. The clicker can make that ending come true.
But we don't have Wake. Everything we knew about the clicker was true. He wasn't lying.
Oh.
Scratch told me the clicker can be used to change the story. Does that match your understanding of this thing?
Yeah, the light switch is a paranatural item, maybe even an object of power. We have verified reports that Alan Wake was in possession of it during the AWE here back in 2010. It definitely has power. We know that much.
I can come up with a plan. I always do.
Okay.
The clicker can fix this. But I can't use it without Wake. Tor knows about this stuff. Maybe he can help. Wake is still in the dark place. How do I get him out?
We live and breathe rock and roll. From the silence of screams, from the fever of dreams. The clicker can amp up other works of art, not just Tom's writing. Anything created with passion. The dark power of the lake will make it creep into reality. But if the holder of the clicker believes in the art, they can make it all come true in the flick of a switch.
I can use the clicker without Wake. Only Wake's writing can change the horror story. But I can use the clicker to change something else. Like getting Wake out of the dark place.
That works. Well, that potentially works. Or potentially make more problems.
I will use the clicker to change reality and bring Wake back at Cauldron Lake. I'll need the right work of art, but that won't be a problem.
Won't it?
I've got it now. I just need to tell the others what to do and fix everything. For good.
I've got a plan.
So we need Wake to fix the story, right? That hasn't changed. So here's what I have. Wake's still trapped in the dark place, under the lake. I think we can use the clicker to get him out. But first, we need a work of art. Something other than his story. And that'll get him here.
I'm not filling out the paperwork for this one. Wouldn't know where to start. But I'm sold.
Okay. Look, this feels like something that once we get the ball rolling, there's no turning back. You sure you have it all figured out?
Oh. This is the beginning of the end game. To travel to Cauldron Lake, you need to save your game first. Exploring and traveling to other areas will be limited if you choose to continue. Other than trying to fill out the case board, which I feel like we've missed things already, let's do it. I'll be a baby in the saving slot too, though. Baby pants.
I'm ready to head to Cauldron Lake now. Let's get the plan started.
Okay, here we go. We'll be there for you. What do you need from us?
I'll head to Cauldron Lake with the clicker.
Scratch will try to get you, Anderson. You'll need backup.
I can tell there's no talking you out of coming, Casey. Estevez, is there a way to get that light array to the lake?
Oh, I've got you covered, so good news there. And we'll bring our mobile containment unit. It's specially built for entities like Scratch.
And this work of art, Anderson. What's the plan for that?
I'll make some calls on the way. Just meet me at Cauldron Lake.
Okay.
Tor, I need the old gods of Asgard. I need a very special song.
Hell yeah! The tour bus is already loaded, and we've said our goodbyes. Ready to hit the road, just like the old times, baby.
You saw this coming, huh? Of course. I need a song about Alan Wake. About bringing him out of the dark place.
A rider. A lake of darkness, bringing him into the light. It writes itself.
I hope they've still got it.
I hope they make it out of this, because I don't like the way they said that we've said our goodbyes. I'm very worried, but also excited.
Pick up. David, please pick up.
David.
David! It's me. Where have you...
Stop. For once, you need to listen. You left me. You took my daughter away from me, then you let her... She's dead because of you. And I don't ever want to hear your voice again. Stop calling me.
David! Jesus Christ. It's getting worse. It's spreading. I'm running out of time.
Okay.